morning, everyone. Welcome to the Weathers Channel Morning Live. My name is Autumn. This is my husband, Richard. We go live here on our YouTube channel every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. You can also catch us on our other channel, Watch Autumn Keto, where we go live every Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for hashtag Wacka Wednesday.
Oh,
yeah.
I like what you did with that.
Yeah, I got some energy.
You got that gym energy.
Yeah, I got the seeing your arms all out for everybody energy. That's what it is. I'm just gonna do that. But yes, I got the gymmergy. That yes.
Yeah.
We just got back from the gym. It was a great workout.
Yes, it was.
And
we had a great day. You had your time in the sauna.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah, I'm still really impressed with myself in terms of like my commitment to like make every set count. Because like I really be thinking I'm the type of person that'd be like, you know what, I'm gonna take it easy today. And then when I got in there, I was just like, well, no, I'm gonna try to beat my time from last time. Like that, I've really found a way of exercising that's motivating for me. And so I'm really proud that I'm like sticking with it. Because here's the thing, you guys, I am full of like like regular food, you know, like non-healthy food. You know, between my birthday on Thursday and then I think leftover birthday stuff on Friday, like we had chili, and then yesterday we had a barbecue at Richard's parents' house, which was really great. And the good thing is, even though I ate more than I normally would eat, I by no means just like gobble, gobble, gobble. It's my birthday. I got to make it count. Like I didn't do any of that, but there is still an element of like, I normally don't eat this stuff. And I did eat it and it tasted delicious. And so now it's just all in here, you know, like it's all lodged in here. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna feel like a roly-poly today at the gym. But I was like, no, I'm just gonna get through it. And I'm going to, and so I killed that workout. But yeah, it was a lot.
Considering your previous birthdays
that you have observed personally.
I'm very impressed with what you did.
Thank you.
You were very managed. You didn't go crazy. You didn't become sick.
Yeah, I didn't get sick.
You didn't make yourself sick. You just sampled things.
I just sampled things.
And you put them back.
Yeah, and I put them back. And I was like, I don't want this. I even threw away some of my Starbucks drink because I was like, I don't want this anymore.
Rubbing off on you?
No, this has nothing to do with you at all. Gigi's here says, good morning, Weathers. What's the forecast? It's hot AF. Just hot.
It's muggy.
It's muggy. But there's an element of heat and humidity that make it muggy. But like, it's got to be the heat in order for it.
If it was a drier heat, I think that just the moistness of the heat is like.
Hookness here says, great Sunday morning, most awesome weathers. And weather's changed. It's foggy and damp here this morning, but it's already burning off, and it's going to be another hot, muggy one. I mean, come on now.
You said
B16 here says, good morning, friends. It's cloudy and rainy today. Joyce is here, says, good morning, my amazing wax time and fantabulous fine weather. Nourishing. No, you're the only one that says that. Dustin's here, says, good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday.
Hey, Keto Simple.
Brianna's here. Says, good morning, Whack fam.
Good morning, Joyce.
Hook that's here says, I hope we get rain this week, like forecasted. The storms that went through our area the other evening just gave us some sprinkles. I'm sick of rain. We could do without rain for a while.
I'm okay with it. It's very nourishing.
Jen's here says, good morning, family. Gonna be a hot sunny one here. Yeah, taking the littles to play putt-putt. Oh, are you taking them to the animal putt-putt in Fern Creek? Is that like the only putt-putt in the city? I love it though. It's literally been there for like 30 years.
Good job, Justin.
I saw you at the gym today. I think
I living your best life.
I caught you on the way out, but I'm just like, you better be in here getting it, girl.
I saw her leaving.
Yeah. So Mom's here, says, greetings, Autumn, Richard, and the Whack family.
Oh, hey, Chris with two S's.
I know, right? So let's see. Brenda's here. Says, good morning, Whack fam. Yeah.
See, this is a glorious Sunday.
Exactly. That's what I have. Barry's here, says, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed day. Same to you. Beth is here, says, good morning, Whack fam and Weathers watchers. Pew, pew, pew. Marianne's here, says, good morning. Overcast and steamy. Yeah, day here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes.
I know, right?
I completely agree, Marianne.
Jen said our putt-putt course is not that great, but hopefully it keeps two 5-year-olds entertained for a couple of hours. I know, right? That's all you need to do. Exactly. It's all
mission accomplished.
You need to do. So, Brianna said it's currently pouring here. I'm not looking forward to leaving the house. Yeah. So
then don't.
We have to leave the house. I mean, we have a very busy weekend this weekend. In addition to the barbecue at his family's house yesterday, we have a taping today. And like, I haven't been to a taping in 3 months. Like the last time there was a work trip. Then the time after that, we were on the cruise. And then the time, but I think the very first time I felt bad. I was sick for some reason. Yeah. Oh, I hated that. But now I'm going today. So I'll be very excited to get back in the rhythm of things.
I completely agree.
Yeah, so.
It'll be nice seeing you.
Brian's here. So it's a great morning to y'all. It's a gorgeous, foggy-ish morning, but the sun is already starting to shine.
There's the caboodles.
Yes, I hope you're having the best of weekends. 82 days till Keto Palooza. Oh, we're at 208 tickets. I know I say this every week, but literally this week, and here's why it's going to happen. It's because I'm scheduling it today. Once again, I have a busy day, but I'm going to be doing email blasts and social media blasts. Here's the thing. I realized I can't just wake up and do it in the moment, because there's too many things that have to happen for me to just post it. So I need to spend time on the post. I have to craft them and then schedule them to kick off. And I am doing that today. I simply have to. I don't have any more time. Yeah. So
I like your drive.
Yeah. So Dustin said, I don't think we have any putt in Indy anymore. I know. Right?
I know, that is weird.
Oh man, Joey's here. Says good morning. Hi,
hey,
Joey.
Joey's things in the hills.
Kelly's here. Says good morning. I'm back to basics also. I love that. Let's get back to the basics.
Kelly.
So,
I mean, this is what the proper human diet.
The proper
we all know
diet.
what the basics are. People.
Yeah. So I listened to the podcast again yesterday, the newest episode, Burn Fat with Your Brain. And it really just reiterates something that I am working on, which is just like the all or nothing mentality. People think that if you're not committed to a super strict diet, that you either must be super strict and trying to lose weight and locked in the zone, or you must be off the rails. Who cares? YOLO. It's the summer. I might as well eat all these things, right? It's not one or the other. Like, I feel like when I tell people that I'm not strict keto anymore, but here's the thing I realized, I'm like low carb I still eat way fewer than 100 carbs a day, right? Like I don't, just because I'm not keto, people automatically hear off the rails. And I'm just like, that's not it. Like those are not the only options, you know? And so I have found a way of incorporating things into my diet that I like, you know, that put me over the 20 grams that would be considered processed foods to an extent. Like I don't care, right? You know, and so listening to the podcast yesterday, she was just like, a lot of people are like, well, there's no way I could possibly have goals in the summer. Like, you know, you have goals leading up to summer because you want a summer body, right? But once summer gets here, you're like, but all the barbecues and all of this and all of that, you know. But the bottom line, it comes down to not giving yourself permission to check out. Not being like, oh, well, there's chips and queso, I'm done. You know, like, just don't give yourself permission to check out. And what that means for me is just intentionally planning everything. Like even yesterday for the family barbecue, I was like, think about what's going to be at a barbecue. Okay, well, I know there's going to be hamburgers. So I was like, I'm going to eat 2 hamburgers and then 2 sides and then 2 desserts. Like, and I was just, and I didn't have to know exactly what was going to be there in order for me to build that framework, right? And so, you know, I have to get there. It's not in a restrictive mentality, but it's like, I've said that I was going to have 2 of these sides. Which 2 do I want? Like, it's just, I get to, and then get a reasonable portion of it. Like, it's not this like, I didn't realize there was going to be this here. Let me just throw my whole thing out the window. Like, it's not, it's just not that big of a deal to me, right? Like, I've really been working on that.
On your mental,
you know,
mental side.
And so, you know, one thing that she said that really stuck with me is like, a lot of people are committed to like, well, no, I can't eat any of that at all because it's like a gateway, you know? And that's fine. Like, if that is how you feel and that's what you're committed to, like, then that is fine. But she said, if you're open to a different way of like, well, I don't want it to be like that. Like, if you're okay with it being like that, then that's great, right? But if you don't want it to be like that and you're like, but I want to figure out a way to eat this, then you should try other things, right? And that's where I was. I was like, I want to figure out a way to not overeat tortilla chips. Like, and so I had to practice. I had to figure out that. But, you know, if you're just like, well, I just don't even want to try it because it's not worth it to me, that's fine. That's totally fine, right?
You're so adorable.
Yeah.
I loved everything you just said.
Yeah. So that's what I am. That's what I have been working on.
Yeah. That's basically your life.
Love just said, I took the kayak out on the Missouri River. Ooh, I met my main goal of being done in 6 total hours, including stops and fiddle farting.
Hey, I love me
Around
fiddle fart.
36 miles, made it with 4 minutes to spare. That's crazy.
I need to see this because you are.
I know.
You are
hopefully
gold.
get videos. Oh, Joyce, I'm so happy to see you. Same
Yay,
here.
Joey.
Brianna said, I was mini golfing with my nephew at a campground, and a little boy around 2 years old walked over, picked up my golf ball, and walked away with it. His dad had to get it from him.
What? What?
We literally just how did the 2-year-old get that close to your party? You know, the parents should have intervened a long time ago.
That's mine.
But
can I have it
we
back,
also
please?
We were watching yesterday on like a not top 10 or something on ESPN where like a bird picked up a golf ball and then flew over the water and dropped it in the water. Like,
the bird sabotaged.
Why would you do that?
I said, check out. Let me check this bird out. Where's he flying home to? It must be a competitor.
Oh my gosh.
We'll call it a competitor. You know what I mean?
Joey said, sorry, I've been MIA. I lost my partner in February. Oh my gosh. And I've been trying to get back on my feet. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I hate that.
It's a process, Joey. It's a process.
Joey says, awesome way of thinking and planning. Yeah, that's just really
friends.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're just so happy you're here. But it's just like, that's just what my approach. I've just been thinking and planning. Just thinking and planning.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Brenda said last time I took not so wonderful treats, I was sick for 3 days. Yeah, and that's the thing. Last time I let myself off the rails and eat all that stuff, I was sick too, right? And so that's why I'm just like reeling it in. I'm working on reeling it in.
Been sick.
Exactly.
That's a
and
nice
it's
victory.
The first year that I'll say I have stuck to a plan. Like, and here's the thing. Yesterday, I did not stick to the plan, right? Like I said, I was going to have 2 sides. I had 3. I said I was going to have 2 desserts. I had 3, but like I didn't have 7. You know, like that's without any planning at all, I would have just been like, I don't know what I'm eating. It's just all here, and I'm going to eat it, right? And so I just kept a tally of like, okay, if you eat this, it's going to be off your plan. And I was just like, but I want it, you know, like, and that's
rare
just
occasion.
It is a rare occasion.
Your birthday only happens.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a barbecue. We can have a barbecue anytime.
Well, I mean,
that wasn't
birthday week. Like,
yeah.
If it was just a barbecue, then it would have been one.
And yes, it is very rare that I eat like this 3 days in a row. You know, like, yes. So, and that's just also what I had to tell myself, because then the thoughts of like, oh no, it's happening. You're it's a snowball. Here it comes. Your weight's just going to keep going up and up. And I was just like, no, that is not what this is. That is not what this is.
Exactly.
You know? And so even today with the taping, I'm like, oh no, even more food. You know, it's just like, we're over it. I already know what lunch I'm going to have. I'm about to put my chicken in the crock pot. And then I'm just committed to like not bringing anything home. That's what I'm committed to. Right. And so just having one to 2 servings of the things that are there, but I will not be bringing anything home. That's not helpful for me. Right.
Exactly.
And so as long as I approach it like that, then, you know, it's still a mental game, but I'm committed to like working the mental game and not just checking out. Exactly. Yeah.
It has to be a.
Dustin said planning is the key for me. I just try and avoid unexpected things. Like our kid brought in 3 boxes of cookies home from being out on Friday. I did open the boxes and look, did not eat any. So here's the thing.
You had to just check them.
They are there. And I do that too. How many of us do that? They're just like, yes. They still look like that.
They have been verified.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that helps me with situations like this.
What's that?
Is I can have anything I want, like anything I'm craving or anything I'm in the mood for, as long as I put it on my plan at the beginning of the day. I didn't put cookies on my plan because I didn't want cookies, right? So just the fact that cookies walked into the house doesn't mean that now I want cookies. Like you don't, because if you wanted them, you would have put them on your plan at the beginning of the day, right?
So because they're unexpected.
You just think, oh no, now I gotta have. No, you didn't want cookies. And here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing. If there's 3 boxes of cookies, you're like, man, these look really good. I did not put them on my plan for today, but I'm writing 2 cookies on my plan for tomorrow. Like if they're still going to be there, then just wake up tomorrow and then put cookies on the plan. Boom, there you go. You know, that's how I've approached these new things, because I would get super bummed. People bringing in banana bread, people bringing in donuts to work. And I'm like, oh man, if I would have known this was going to be here, I would have put it on my plan. Well, you didn't want it, because if you would have wanted it, you would have been like, I want something a little extra today. Exactly. And so that is how I approach that.
You're so cute.
Brandon said campground mini golf is smaller. It's in a field that anyone can walk over to. What?
Okay, that makes perfect sense now.
Wow. So Joey said, love that for you. Thank you. Keep sticking to that plan. I'm rooting for you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And it's really been helping my mental state. Like I'm in
Yeah.
the best mental state I feel like that I've been in a very long time. And that's really what's the most important to me.
Yeah, because that's the most sustainable.
Boom.
If you can't, I mean, it destroys the yo-yo effect. So now
Yes.
instead of diet, go back. Diet,
Yep.
go back. You're trying to find that balance where you can live the rest of your life without,
like this. And if it happens to result in fat loss, let's go. But if not, like I'm truly satisfied with the way I'm eating.
Well, again, it goes back to you still are eating a great diet. Like I said, you're keeping your carbs low. You're keeping your sugar low. So like
Hogan said, if I commit to one off-plan treat, I'm afraid something better will show up after. Then the better doesn't show up. So here I am still not eating the treat. But here's the thing. I feel like the only reason you're afraid that something better is going to show up is because you're looking at this as this is my one chance to eat an off-plan treat. So I got to optimize the one opportunity that I'm going to have. What if the better thing showed up and you just decided to eat it tomorrow? Like, what if you had an off-plan treat today and then the better thing showed up and you're like, oh, I'll just have that tomorrow. Like there is no restriction of I've got to make the most of this one thing because who knows when I'm going to have this opportunity again. And that's exactly what I used to do. I used to use my birthday. I used to use Richard's birthday. I used to use Christmas, all these holidays as like, who knows when I'm going to have this opportunity again. So I've got to make the most of it. That's the thing. If you have the opportunity every single day, the feeling, the need to make the most of it is just not there.
I was going to say that drove you mentally crazy.
It really did.
Because you kept going like, well, do I hold off? Do I not hold off?
Exactly.
Do I do too much? Do I not do
I hold out for a little bit longer?
If I wait 6 months without doing anything, then that one day I got to
make the most of it. I got to have this. I want to have this. I want to have this. I want to have this. It was not.
So now you're just trying to make it to where you can live with it now instead of putting yourself in that box all the time.
Dustin said, allowing myself to do things like we got Raising Cane's here a few months ago, and I see it whenever I go to Costco. So I decided to drop it and try it. It was mid. I haven't had Raising. Like I get in the mood for Raising Cane's maybe like once a year.
I'm with you on that.
It is. It's just regular, and that's the thing.
I don't get it.
Like, restriction harbors an over desire, at least in me, right? And over builds up in our head.
So you make it into a bigger thing than what it is.
Because it's this thing you can't have. Whereas if you don't restrict it, you don't have the over desire for it. Yes. And that's the thing. You'll notice that a lot of the stuff you're restricting is not even stuff you would choose anyway. Like I'm not restricting pasta from my diet. I don't need pasta. Like, and so, but on keto or depending on your diet, like you can't have pasta. So it's like, oh, anytime you see spaghetti or fettuccine, you're like, oh man, those are the days. But it's like, you don't even like that. Like you don't even like, but it's just like now, I don't like pasta, and so that's what I'm saying. There are all certain things that we truly don't like, but when you mentally restrict it or when you say, oh, I can't have that, it's just like, oh man, I miss that. But like you don't like, and so I've the mental game. I have really just been playing the mental game. Joyce said I had an NSV yesterday. Would have been my dad's birthday. I always emotionally eat. Yesterday I did not. That is a win. That is an excellent win.
That is a definite win.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Joyce said have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. It was so great to see you.
Oh, right back at you, Joey.
And Joyce is gone, heading to church. Bye.
Yes. No, Joyce, you're evolving.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So eventually
Justin said he thankfully took them to work with him. I love that.
Yay.
I'm gonna go. I never remember. Chandra. I never remember. Is a nurse, and she says there are always sweets being brought in the family and other nurses. Yeah, she avoids them most of the time. Yeah, that's a tough situation. Like being a teacher or like working in a hospital, somewhere where there's like that break room atmosphere. Oh, you just want to sit? Okay, he just wants to sit down. Yeah. So, but I totally get it. But it's just that tolerance and desensitization. Yeah. Ooh, what? What am I supposed to say? Oh my gosh. Y'all hear him talking like that? Huffman said, oh, that's a great way to think about it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're trying to evolve yourself.
I am.
I'm
trying to evolve and grow
and change
and do something I've never done before, which is figure out how to eat in a maintenance phase. Like I've either always been dieting and trying to lose weight, or I've been YOLOing and like losing weight sucks and I just want to eat all the things I really want. I've never eaten like a moderate diet of like the base of healthy food, but then just sprinkle on top of that, right? And here's the thing. I know that like I feel like moderation feels like a dirty term in our world. Like you moderate, you're lying to yourself. Or, there's no such thing as moderation.
You nasty.
I'm just saying, do what you want.
Yes.
Right? There are no rules. There's nobody to like hold you accountable except you. Like don't do anything to like impress anybody else or to make anybody else proud. You gotta make yourself proud, right? This is the internet. This is not even real life, And so you've got to do things. Thank you, honey. You've got to do things in your real life.
Like comparing yourself to others in the gym and stuff like that. Like just focus on us and focus on what makes it, because everybody's body's different. Yeah. Everybody reacts differently.
Everybody's goals are different. Here's the thing. Everybody's genetics are different. And I know Mary T talks about that all the time, but I'm just like, there's just, and plus I'm listening to another podcast. Yes. Let me know if you've heard another podcast called Maintenance Phase. I have not. It's a really good podcast just about all of these health and fitness trends over our lifetime that they take a critical look at and be like, let's talk about why the Master Cleanse was trash, And you just listen to it. The Master Cleanse, it was this fasting beverage. It was water with maple syrup and lemon juice and cayenne pepper. And you're supposed to drink it for like 10 days straight and to cleanse your body of toxins, But they talk about so many. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. I did the Master Cleanse, So it's just like listening to all of this stuff, and you're just like, my goodness. Syrup. Yeah, I mean, but either way, I've been listening to it, and it's really just given me a more broad view of like 90% of the people that try to lose weight, like gain it back. 90% of the people, like it's just like people diet and never lose weight, or they never keep it off. And I'm just like, I'm one of those people. Like, and
they always keep their mind in that position.
That always
you're not good enough.
Exactly.
You're almost right.
And
there.
She was just like, what if we just stopped caring? And I was just like, because they always say, like, once again, I feel the healthiest that I've honestly felt my entire life, because like I'm committed to exercising, I'm committed to eating well, and I'm committed to sleeping, I'm committed to moving. And for the first time in my life, it has nothing to do with how much I weigh. I'm not committed to exercise because I want to lose weight. I'm not committed to eating well because I want to lose weight. I'm not committed to sleeping because I wanted to lose weight. I'm not committed. I don't even care how much I weigh anymore. And it is such a freeing feeling. So that's where I feel mentally the best, right? And so some people look at that as like, well, giving up. But I'm just like, no. Yeah, I'm giving up the stress of doing this futile effort. Like, that doesn't even indicate how healthy I am as a person.
I was just going to say, like, we all know that the scale tells you just one snapshot of 1 second of the day. And what, like, the scale does not tell you anything except just numbers. Yeah. That's why you going to the gym. Yeah. You like exercising and just improving your body all the way around. Because again, it goes back to the basics. You know the basics. You know the proper human diet. Yeah. You know what we're supposed to eat. Exactly.
And that's what keto did for me. Yes. It honestly taught me what we were supposed to eat, because before then I did not know. Yes. Once again, my diet consisted of processed diet food. But keto is where I learned how to cook. Just make some eggs and bacon and sausage. And, hot dogs and steak and butter and cheese, like eat real food. That's what keto did for me. And that is truly the foundation of my diet every single day. That's the foundation, right?
That's what I'm saying. I think you're teaching 400 level classes now, where it's like, we should all know the basics. Yeah. Nobody should tell you about what the proper human diet is anymore.
Everyone that follows keto knows the basics. Yeah. Unfortunately, the majority of the American public does not know the basics.
Well, I mean, that's where we're living at now, is like, now that the basics are in stone, you know what to eat with. Now we're talking about the edges. So now that's when you go out, you're not driving yourself mentally crazy by like, oh, I gotta wait until 7 months from now before I can have a donut or something like that. Like, no, if it's driving you mentally insane,
if that is really
back in.
Yeah, if it's decreasing the quality
and that's
of
where
your
you're
life.
At right now.
Pundit said, I don't keep those things in the house. I would have those yummies on my plan every day. Yeah, if I'm not at an event with treats, my better would be ice cream that someone forgets to bring out first. Yeah, like, here's the thing. Some treats I do, like my treat that I put on my plan every single day is trail mix. Like that is a treat, but at the same time, it's like that's a pretty decent treat, like as compared to what it could be. It's not a blizzard every day, It's like it's just my mixed nuts and cranberries and my little honey roasted things.
And you take it a step further is you don't buy trail mix, you make your own.
I make my own trail mix
collection of
and I take it a step further. I scoop out an amount every single day, and I limit that amount, right? And so it's just like even then. I have found
sugar-free, chocolate chips. You use reduced sugar,
cranberries, and almonds.
No, I'm really impressed with your trail mix.
Thank you so much. And so, I've found that it's like, I don't need like, a pack of M&Ms every day. My trail mix works, and so it's just like, it's about the swaps of like, I do like having
sweet
things.
Healthy, you don't need a pack of M&Ms.
Nobody needs a pack of M&Ms every day. But, it's just like, just thinking about what works on your plan. Dustin said, I think how moderation is used is key. Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself and understand yourself and be realistic.
And that's the key. Exactly. That's the key, because you never lie to yourself. You always are like, oops. Just like now, you're like, I said I was going to do 2. Yep. I did 3. It was like,
and here's the thing. Even in the moment, I was just like, I've already had 2. And I still want that. If I eat it, then that means that I will not get a check on my plan. And then, I just like, do I want it or not? Like everything I do is intentional. And I intentionally said, but yeah, I want that, and it is what it is, right? And it doesn't mean like, oh no, I'm undisciplined. Oh no, here it goes. Again, oh no.
With the foundation in stone. So we're just talking about, they're not talking about the foundation anymore.
Yeah.
If you're still building your foundation, this is not for you.
Yes.
Your foundation is a wobbly. This is not for you.
All wobbly. Yes. Dustin said, chasing a number on the scale is not for me. I want to feel good. Don't want to feel sloppy. Exactly. Don't want my clothes to fit bad. I want to clear head. Exactly.
Well, I think that's
like when my clothes start to get tight, and my pants start to, because all my weight is in my stomach. When my pants start to get, that's when I'm like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And that's the thing. I don't feel like that anymore.
Well, also
I'm winning right now.
The diet is important, but also you're matching it with, like what Bronson, because Bronson said you're matching it with physical activity.
Yeah.
So that's so you're going to the gym regularly now. You're pushing yourself and challenging yourself regularly now. You're testing your weight. You're increasing your weight. So
I am.
You're going the path. Yeah. You're doing the right thing.
And that is so good for your heart. It's so good for your nerves. It's so good for your brain. Like that's the stuff that, I would rather focus on than trying to drive the number on the scale down. Hopefully say yes, ditching the diet processed food was a game changer. Yeah. I mean,
because in the long run, it's not worth it.
It's just,
none of it.
It's not worth it because it's not teaching you the principle of like, this shouldn't be a foundation of your diet. Like if anything, it should be a sprinkle. Yeah. Well, except the vegetables
and everything.
They put the they flash freeze.
I mean the pre-made meals.
Yeah. Sherry said, "Good morning, WAC fam. I've been MIA due to schedule, but wanted to drop in and say hello. Off to church now. Oh, you're having. Oh, y'all having.
Hey, Sherry. Good, wonderful morning.
That's like the emoji. Like, wait.
Okay. Hey, right back at you.
Dustin said, I do need to increase my physical activity. I had to chase down a husky yesterday who was severely outmatched. Exactly. It's just things that you need to do in your everyday life.
Yes.
I'm very excited about once my walking pad gets here. Like I'm excited to get my steps in, my reps in, like
look at you.
I like being physically active. Yes. And and here's the thing that the podcast has really helped me do, and it's changed the quality. It's just changed the habits that I do. Is I used to think I like walking, but I don't like walking around the neighborhood because our streets are very busy. Like I just don't like doing that.
We really don't have a trail anymore.
No, I guess I can't walk. That would be so I don't walk.
Right.
So now, due to the podcast, I'm just like, the question I ask is, how can I make it easier to do the things I want to do? Like, how can I make it easier? And it's just like, I can walk around my house. Like, I'm already here. Like, I can just clear a path. Like, I have a path around the house. So I'll just walk in circles, right? And I was just like,
do that.
And before I would have been like, well, that's dumb. I'll just get bored. But I was like, but I'll never know if I don't at least try. And guess what? I walk in circles, and I'm like, I like walking in circles, And so I asked, how can I make this easier? How can I make it easier to do the things I actually want to do? And then based on that, that's the action that I take.
So. I love that.
Yeah, so,
everything you just said.
Yeah, so Dustin said she was living her best life. I was in house shoes.
It was over before you even started. Then
you know,
you was in the wrong.
That is the worst part about. I was just thinking about that last night when I was laying in bed. I was just like, okay, does anybody else like play like ghost scenarios in their head? Like if the house caught on fire or if like somebody was breaking in, what is my ghost scenario? You know, my shoes are right here, my robe, and I was like, oh man, my robe is too far away. Like I need to keep the robe closer to the bed.
Grab it.
The window. It's like the window's right here. You know, I was just thinking like, what would I be doing? And so for some reason, Alex always sleeps through the night. But for some reason yesterday, he woke up at 4 a.m. and he jumped off the bed and started walking around. And that is a telltale sign. He's about to use the bathroom. Like he never wakes up. And so he immediately jumped down. So we, and we're light sleepers. So we immediately got up like, oh, why does Alex get off the bed? I got up, I walked to the back door and I'm in like my pajamas. I don't have any shoes on. And I was like, man, I can't take him outside because I don't have on the right clothes and shoes. And so luckily, while I was at least walking to the door, letting Alex know, like, we're about to open it. Don't worry. Like Richard got on all his clothes. And I was like, I should have had a easier go situation, like been able to throw them on and then put my shoes on and this. But I was just so worried about making sure he didn't have an accident in the house. And so he was at the barbecue yesterday. So I have a feeling he was eating some scraps, which messed with his little tummy tums. But you know, it was just like, man, I need to be more prepared. Because you know, if we would have let him out and he would have got away, you had to run back in the house to get your shoes. And once you lose visual, they could be anywhere. Plus he's so small, you know. So bottom line is be prepared. You know, I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was the whole story of that. No, I mean, yeah, we're all light sleepers, so it don't matter.
Exactly.
I can get up. I felt the movement in the bed too, and I was like, he don't normally walk at 4 a.m, so that means something.
Yeah. So Dustin said I had showered and was getting ready to go out to see some bands play. She had me all hot and irritated. I would be very upset.
You ain't lying. Honestly, at a certain point, I would just sit and be like, "Where you going?" I just sit there like, where you going? You going to the store? Well, let me get your grocery list. That's what you're going somewhere.
Hooker said I sometimes ride my bike around the house in circles. Not as exciting as being on a track. She just meant outside the house. Yes. Not in the house. Hey,
sometimes you balling, man. I can't control it.
I was like, you're in the house, you can ride bikes.
She gets a football in her living room. You got one of those vaulted ceilings. It's just like a racetrack around it.
Yes.
It's a good house right there, I call it.
That's crazy. Dustin said, I put her on her lead to run around the backyard and she got out of her harness. I had to go back home after a while and get her training lead. Yeah, and some hot dogs. Exactly. Like, I mean, sometimes you're just like, this isn't going to help.
You got to bribe. Yeah. There you go. Do you want
the things that we do for our angels? I know, puppy. I know he's so cute. I know he's so cute. Okay, but like I said, we got a busy day today, so I gotta hop to it. And yeah, thank you all for joining. Did I say we're at 208?
Yes, you did.
Sell Mortimer sell. Like, let's keep going. I'm sending out those emails. Like, this is good. Oh my honey, this is gonna happen. Like, it's a very successful event, and I'm really grateful for all of your input. I'll be sending out the registration survey. Like, I don't know this week, so sometime in July. So that's exciting. So let's get pumped.
Around the corner.
Exactly. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.